give those cards a good shuffle. We're going to take 9 cards out. I presume that you're Anglo-Saxon English. Are you English?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And then that's what I'll work on that. Yeah, it's 3 at the top, 3 in the middle, 3 in the bottom, anywhere from the pack. So we'll start at the bottom and then we can work up towards you. Good. And then 3 in the middle. So they are a bit sticky and old, they're getting old now, they're about 5 years old, so don't worry. You've got great interest in this?
Yeah, I am into reading.
Okay. Do you do any yourself?
I do some tarot card shuffling now and again.
Yeah, I thought so. The energy's around you. Okay. Now the way this works is that it represents the 9 worlds, alright?
Yeah.
Now, out of that, 8 of these deal with earth, wind and fire. The middle card is your mind and spirit, alright? And your body shield, which is something that you get as you come back each time you come back to the earth. It depends on your beliefs, though. You believe that we come back every so often?
I believe in reincarnation.
Well, that same thing, yeah. And that covers this. This is the 5th element. Sometimes it may even let me go back to previous lives' avatars, all right? But we'll start with this one. This one represents the need for space for oneself. Within oneself, yeah? Does that make sense to you? There's a need for some peace. Are you in turmoil a little bit at the moment?
I'm usually around on my own, yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine. But do you find that you need it, do you prefer to be on your own?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because there's a great natural here about being in the... Do you stay indoors or do you go out into the woods and the trees?
Usually stay indoors.
But you, okay.
I don't mind socialising now and then.
No. You need to get into the woods and trees.
Yeah.
You need to get away where you're on your own completely. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You get much more energy from nature that way. So this is a bit about putting yourself even away from the concrete jungle. Yeah. You need to sort that out and get yourself sorted. You've got a great connection to your ancestors. Okay. Do you know your mum, dad and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, okay. And do they live local?
Mum doesn't, but dad does.
Okay, fine. Because is your family local to this area?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of connection here. A lot of connection to water. Alright, I don't know if you have anything to do with moving water and stuff like that, do you?
I do drink a lot of water.
Okay. There's also moving water. So like rivers, waterfalls, fountains. If you get around that, you'll find that help you down as well. But there is a need here. And there's been a little bit of health problems? With yourself?
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah, okay. Is it more to do with mind than it is body?
Hard to say.
Yeah. There is a need here for some healings, and you need to get some healing. Now, water's one way of doing it, but you need to get yourself near moving water so the energies can be taken away. Yeah. Have you got that working? That's working.
Yeah.
And that is, you need to sort that out. But you are connected to the green, and there's a lot of plant. You go around the trees and that often?
I used to, but since I moved, it's not really that.
No, you need to, if you can, you need to find that again. You've lost your roots a little bit, haven't you?
Yeah.
You lost your connection. You feel a little bit lost where you are at the moment?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, so you need to reconnect, you need to get back into line, alright? Are you deciding to do something new, to get on with different things?
I've had a few thoughts of what things I could do.
Okay, what would you want to do?
I'm into nature and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what they were saying to you earlier, get back into the woods and the trees.
I do like music as well.
But yeah, that might come up later, but there is this need to change. What do you do for work?
At the moment, I'm not working.
Well, what would you want to do for work?
It would be within the area of nature.
So, when they tell me working the land, doing forestry and stuff like that, would that make sense to you?
Possibly not in that sort of way, but
yeah, okay, fine. Well, in what way do you want to work with nature?
Probably with animals or something.
Yeah, that's right, okay, good. When I talk about forestry, I'm talking about the animals that live in the forestry as well. So, Yeah, that is good. They're going to say there is a time for you and there will be things coming for you. But because things are so muddled at the moment, they're going to give you the essence of a polar bear, right? And that helps you see through the fog. Like they can find their way home through blizzards. Yeah. They're giving you that essence to help you to see through the fog and what's going on around you, and to help to get you through without having to worry about seeing what's going. You'll be able to have an instinct that lets yourself through, yeah? But I want to return to this work with animals. You're very connected with animals.
I am connected to nature and animals. Do
you have you had any involvement with animals, i.e. healing or anything like that?
Not healing.
But you've had animals around you, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. You do have an ability to heal animals. Do you know that?
I didn't know that. But
you have an ability to. I'm being told, Spirit, it's time to get oneself into working with animals from a healing point of view as well. You have a natural instinct. You have an ability. Have you ever heard of the term whisperer?
No.
It means someone that can work with animals on a much more higher psychic effect, that they understand what you mean and what you do. Do you ever have any of your own animals?
I haven't got any of my own, but family has.
Yeah, okay, fine. There is a very big connection. You notice all three of these are to do with animals. Yeah. There is, honestly, I think you've got a future in it. If you put your mind, have you tried to get any courses or anything?
I haven't, no.
No, we need to look at it again. You've got a very, very natural ability to work with animals, okay? That's very strong, and again, they're giving you some healing for yourself, but they've also given you the snake, which is about the knowledge of animals and about knowledge of where you are. But there's much more to you than that. There's a care of plants and a care of trees.
Yeah, I mean,
and that is, with these 4 cards, you can see what that's building up. This is something you wanted for a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've been telling me that you've been looking for something like this for a long, long time. This isn't something that's come out of the blue, is it?
No.
No, because you've been asking. They're trying to respond to what you've been asking. Alright? So, how much have you done to try and get yourself a course on animal, whatever?
At the moment, it's a bit tricky where I'm living.
Yeah. It is. But do you want to move from there? Somebody just said to me, you really don't like it there, you prefer to move away.
I prefer to move in a different area, to be honest, because I recently moved from my old place in Bristol.
Yeah.
To where I am now.
You're not very happy, are you?
It is a bit.
It's not you.
No.
That's all I'm being told. They're saying it's not you. And you need to think about things and you need to move on and sort yourself out if you can. You really need, you're much more a country person in this sense. You need the woods and trees around you, don't you? Was it like that in Bristol where you were?
It wasn't really.
It was concrete jungle is there, was it, as well? And you're back in the concrete jungle again, aren't you?
Well, I've got the sea around me.
Yeah, but you've still got a lot of building around you.
Yeah.
You're much more better away from buildings, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what they're saying to you. Try and get somewhere, even if it's inland, where you can go, where there's a lot around you, where you can just walk into.
Yeah.
Make sure that you sort yourself out with that. Do you like small animals?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're saying to me, your best of your gifts would be working with the smaller animals. Alright? And to do that, do you keep any small animals?
No. I'm going to get in a rat recently.
Yeah, I'm being told it's a brilliant idea. Give you some companionship. Rats make very good pets, yeah? So again, you need to do that and just have a look at that. Do you like exploring and things like that? Do you like going places and finding out places?
I do.
Yeah. Do you like walking?
Yeah, I like walking.
Because I'm being told here, there's a need here for sort of walking around, getting up the mountainsides into the forest. You ever thought about that?
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, but it's something you need to do. Even around here on the flatlands, you've got the men dips. It's just being able to get yourself. Have you got your own transport when you come here?
I have to use the bus service.
Okay, fine. So you come in by bus today, yeah. But you need to get somewhere a little bit out of town, a little bit on the hills, a little bit around. You need to really start exploring yourself. You don't have much confidence in yourself, do you, really?
Not really.
No, you've got to stop that, because that's stopping you from going on, stopping you from progressing.
Right, yeah.
Okay, do you have to work at the moment, or do you?
Not at the moment.
No, okay. putting aside all this, what mundane job do you looking for a mundane job? Working in a shop or something?
In my area, it's not really.
There's nothing there, I'm being told. Is that correct?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you're just sort of left out high and dry on the water, basically. You feel that sometimes. Because that's what I'm being told.
Yeah, and there's a lot of trouble as well.
Yeah, I'm also getting that as well. But this is why the Spirit wants you to move and to move on.
Yeah.
Because you are really in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it isn't you. And it's stopping you from reconnecting. And it would do you the world of good if you could reconnect. Yeah. And you know that yourself, don't you? And does it scare you a little bit where you are? Because I'm being made to feel a little bit scared at times.
Yeah.
And there's
got a couple of enemies that were at my
people are. Yeah, I'm being told that as well. Yeah. And this is why the Spirit's saying to you, it's time to move on. Time to get as quickly as you can. You need to move. I don't know how easy it is for you to move. Or difficult.
Well, I had the thought that if I get a girlfriend, it'll make it much easier.
Well, that's a possibility too. But have you got anybody in mind?
Don't know anybody. So
no, you've got to be careful on that one. I would say for the moment, and what Spirit's telling me, you're going to be a little bit on your own for a while. Yeah.
Right.
But that's the time to move out and get somewhere better. And if you find a better area, you're liable to find a girlfriend.
Right.
Because obviously it'd be more open for you to get around. Yeah. They're saying that sometimes you're scared to come outdoors. Is that right?
Well, I've had quite a lot of trouble.
Yeah. So they're just saying it is time to move. It is time to get yourself away from the area, please. Yeah. Alright, there's a new start coming through, something in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to come along to give you a hand to help you get out of what you're in. Yeah?
Right.
They're saying it's going to be about August the 20th to August the 28th. Between those two dates, something's going to happen that will give you the ability to move, to get the ability to get yourself out of things. Yeah. There is a big need. Have you got a grandfather in Spirit, father side of the family?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's talking to me now, and he's telling me there's a real need to get you out of everything. There's a real need for complete change. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And he's saying we have got to try as hard as we can to get you away from where you are, because that'll give you a chance to move forward in your own life as well.
Yeah.
Because everything's been put on stop, hasn't it? That's what he's telling me. So he wants you to get on, and he really wants you to start moving yourself out, alright, and get sorted. You're also been given a wolf as a guide. Now, wolves are protective animals, and they're to protect you. So the Spirit for the next few months are giving you a wolf to help to protect you, to make sure you don't get into too much trouble and things like that, and to protect you from others, alright? It's there as a guardian for you. But that's to give you time to find somewhere new and to get out. Yeah? There is a strong here that it's time to move, in times that you need to move, yeah? And I don't know what you've done with your life, but there's a need here for some recuperative rest. There's a lot of tiredness and exhaustion and bewilderment about what's going on around you. Is that right? You just don't quite understand why things are going the way they go. Is that right? Yeah, okay. And they're saying a lot of it is because you're not giving yourself a chance to rest. You're not giving yourself a chance to see what you're good at, yeah? And you're not fulfilling your own abilities and needs. You need to really focus on this now and really go for it. Get yourself a course, talk to the council, talk to anybody that runs courses. But again, the grandpa's saying if you went to working with animals and forests and things, whatever, you would stand a very good chance of getting a really decent life and getting yourself sorted out. She said the trouble is she said you're stuck in the mud and you've got to break that, you've got to get out of that, and you've got to head forward. And then the future will work for you, alright? But it is up to you. They can't do anything until you start doing it for yourself. That makes sense to you, yeah? Alright. And TLC, you've got to look after yourself a little bit, buddy. Don't do a very good job of that, do you?
Not really.
No. And you let your body run down a little bit, don't you? And he's saying it's time to get some decent food in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know money's difficult, and money can be really difficult. But he's saying there is decent food out there at a good price for you. Just look, yeah? But, as he says, you've got the potential to become something a little bit special. But it's up to you to start the ball rolling. Now, he's quite serious about this. They can't do anything on their side unless you do something first. So you need to start the ball rolling. Once you get the ball rolling, you will find that things will start working for you. So the potential for you at the moment is very good. And you've got to start looking after yourself. You've got to listen to your gut, and you've got to start moving forward. All right, and you've got to start thinking for yourself too, and you've got to start taking those actions. But your thoughts about being close to animals and things like that is really very, very good, and that is the right pathway. All right. And as for relationships, sort yourself out. Get out of the area you're in. Because nothing's going to happen in that area. Your grandfather's saying it's just too much upset and whatnot around there. You need to get into a new area and find someone new that way, yeah?
Okay.
Or away from that area, because he's saying it's not good. Does that make sense to you? And he's saying if you can do that, that will be fine, alright? Okay, he wants to leave that with you now. He's giving you all the information you need. You've got it on your recorder, yeah? Go back and listen again, because he wants you to listen a second time and take what the meaning of what you've been told, alright? Because he does see a pathway for you. That's right, just wait. We've got lots of a minute. He says he does see a pathway with you with what you've been thinking about animals and things, alright? Now, he's saying that if you stick to that, there's a very good possibility that's what you're going to end up doing. Okay, alright? And I'm going to leave you with that. You happy with that?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. But keep the recording, don't lose it, he's saying. Alright?